What's your advice on many women who's aggressive and have the mindset of I'm strong and independent and don't need a man, even when married, but Bible says wives should submit to husbands in everything. What do you think is the fix for these? Sorry, I know this is a sensitive topic since everyone seems aggressive nowadays. The fix is Jesus. Because no one is strong of themselves. We are strong when we're weak, because in our weakness Jesus is strong. And then independent, we should always focus not on our independence but on our dependence on Jesus, because like in him is everything. He created everything and is sustained in and everything is sustained in him. Colossians 1:15. 1:16. For by him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through him and for him. So our goal is not dependence, our goal is dependence on him. 17. And he is before all things, and in him all things hold together. So everything is for him. So if we're focused on our strength and our independence, whether it's from whatever, that is the wrong perspective. Our perspective should be, we can't do anything without Christ, because we can't. So as for specifically a married woman, the Bible does command, submit to your husband, but that is not husbands make your wives submit to you. It is a command to women, to wives, to submit themselves to their husband. So the command to the husband is to love your wife. And so as you love your wife and as you sacrificially love her, like Christ did for the church, the hope is that your wife will see you loving her the way you are commanded to in the Bible, and that in that she will see that and submit to that. And if she's not, she's disobeying, she's living in disobedience, but it's be very careful if you are in a situation where your wife is not submitting to you, if you're planning to call her out on that, to exhort her in that, to rebuke her in that, because you really need to be careful that you're loving her. And if you're loving her and sacrificing for her, then you can probably do that lovingly. But if you're not first and foremost focused on loving her, then your rebuke is going to come from a place of pride, and that is dangerous. Because if you are not loving her, if you're not loving her right, you fall into danger of 1 Peter 3:7. Live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may not be hindered. So, if you come to your wife pridefully and say, you need to submit, that is not living with your wife in an understanding way. That is not showing honor to her. She is an heir with you of the grace of life. And if you do not treat her that way, then your prayers will be hindered. Your spiritual life will be stunted by treating her with contempt, I guess, specifically in that context. So be very careful. I would say your focus should be on loving her, preaching the gospel, loving her, if you're in that situation. And if you're not married, it's not your responsibility. It's not your call. It's not your job. Nobody is called to submit to you other than as a brother or sister in Christ, and that is a different relationship.